There is a reasonable amount of excitement surrounding the Model S and X right now, mainly because Tesla announced that they'll be shutting down production temporarily, almost for 3 weeks, between the dates of December 24th and January 11th, which is a pretty massive shutdown, also at the middle of the transition between Q4 to Q1, and you'd be thinking that production would be pretty important at the end of the quarter, but most likely Tesla is looking at their current run rate with the Model S and X, and they're well aware that if they are producing any Model S's and X's after Christmas Eve, they likely won't even get delivered until Q1 anyway. And there have been shutdowns in the past, but the interesting thing is they're usually never this long. Like, this is a fascinating amount of time for them to just say, you know what, we're gonna stop the assembly lines for a second. And most people are thinking that this is because they want to bring some type of refresh, perhaps to start off the new year and to go into 2021 with some updated interior or exterior changes. Nothing is super concrete right now, but there has been rumors brewing from Electric, who's been reporting on Project Palladium for a while, which talks about refreshing a lot of the Model S and X design, which has been kind of same old for the past few years, and it's definitely overdue if you consider ever since the Model X launched, at least from the outside, very little has really been done with it. And with the interior, you've had little minor tweaks here and there between adding wireless chargers or making the displays a bit more reliable, but the size and layout of everything has pretty much remained the same, and in my opinion it would be a great time to bring some much needed consistency to the Tesla interior lineup and perhaps switch over to maybe more of a horizontal landscape style display like we have in the Model 3 and Model Y. But because they're more luxurious premium vehicles and the Model S is definitely one of Tesla's flagships for track performance, I still think it should keep a display behind the steering wheel. I don't think they should go full out with the Model 3 and Y interior and just bring that over to the S and X and make it so there's no changes at all. I feel like the S and X should still have a few things that separate them and give them more of a luxurious feeling, but perhaps giving them a larger display similar to the 17-inch panel we see in the Cybertruck, or heck, if these cars are going to keep being built and they're really expensive and really high priced, why not make a, adjustable screen that you can set to be portrait mode if you want, or rotate it to be landscape, and that way, user interface wise, it can have a lot more similarities to that of the other Teslas that are a bit more modern, the more popular ones. But Tesla is saying that they want a lot of employees to focus on delivering in these last few weeks in the quarter, because in case you guys weren't aware, they have to deliver over 181,000 vehicles in Q4 if they are to achieve their original guidance, which was set before the pandemic, of 500,000 vehicles. And I imagine they want all hands on deck to make sure they're delivering as many Model 3s and Ys available, which could just be the reason for shutting down the assembly line. And who knows, maybe the battery cells for the Model S and X, which aren't the 2160s, maybe they're bottlenecked in supply chains, and maybe we're looking way too much into this because, Elon on the record has said that they're kind of still producing the Model S and X for nostalgic reasons, not because the company desperately needs them or any type of thing. But I wouldn't get your hopes up about the Plaid Model S. I know there's probably some people thinking that, oh, maybe that's ahead of schedule, maybe they're gearing up for Model S production, but given Battery Day was only a few months ago and they were still saying end of 2021 is when you should expect it, I don't think that the Plaid Model S is that ahead of schedule. It would be amazing if it was, but I just doubt it. And my other hope here is that we can get some type of exterior or interior design refresh with the Model S before they actually start producing the Plaid Model S, because as it currently stands on the website, the Plaid Model S looks physically identical to the other Model S's, which is a bit of a bummer. And if they can incorporate these changes to the Model S and the website can reflect that so that we know, okay, if you reserved a Plaid Model S, you're actually getting the updated design on the inside or outside. We know that the testing at the Nürburgring with the Plaid Model S had some modifications on it. Clearly not something the factory would be incorporating. It was very rough and, very last minute spoiler slapped on the back type of thing. So I'm sure they won't be looking like the renders we saw there, but still maybe something along those lines, because the Model S and X owners out there, they need some design updates to be excited for, and giving the Model S a fresh new look, similar to the Allwin Art concept drawings we've seen out there, which make them just look so much more aggressive and very roadster-like. I would love to see what Tesla has in store for the Model S and X, and I'm just hoping that this longer than usual shutdown can actually give us some new information. And of course, once we know that information for certain, I'll be sure to keep you guys posted on it. Feel free to let me know down below what you guys are most interested in, because I'm curious if anybody else is as excited as I am about it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have an excellent rest of your day. Take care.